For the first time in 26 years, a total solar eclipse will be coming over the United States. Today I took the opportunity to talk to Associate Professor of Astronomy Edward Murphy about how you can get ready for this eclipse and everything you need to know. So Professor Murphy, can you tell us what it's like to witness a total solar eclipse?
So it's an amazing experience. A total solar eclipse is an absolute spectacle of nature, and it's something that I believe should be on everyone's bucket list. What I mean by that is it's something you really need to see before you die. You need to see one of these in your lifetime. I also like to equate it to the Grand Canyon. Seeing the Grand Canyon should be on your bucket list. Everyone at some point in their life, at least once, should see the Grand Canyon. The difference between a total solar eclipse and the Grand Canyon is that a total solar eclipse happens somewhere in the world once every 18 months for just a few minutes. But the Grand Canyon is there 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. You can see it anytime. So a total solar eclipse, you really have to make an effort to go see one. As they say, you really have to chase after eclipses. And seeing a total solar eclipse is just an amazing thing, and it's an amazing life event.
What makes total solar eclipses so rare?
So the reason that solar eclipses are so rare is that the spot of the moon's shadow on the Earth is very small. So what happens in a solar eclipse is that the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, and the moon's shadow is cast down on the Earth. But the moon is far enough away from us that that shadow can't always reach the surface of the Earth. The moon's shadow, the darkest part of its shadow, called the umbra, is shaped like an ice cream cone, and it comes to a point. And to see a total solar eclipse, you really need to be inside that ice cream cone. This year, that shadow, as it gets cast down onto the Earth, the place where the shadow intersects the Earth is only 71 miles wide. Now, when you think about the continental United States and you realize that shadow is just 71 miles across, that means that not many people are going to get to see totality unless you travel to it. But here in Charlottesville, for example, the Earth's rotation is carrying us at about 800 miles an hour. For most places in the United States, the shadow will be moving at about 1,450 miles per hour, and it's only 71 miles across, which means for most places in the path of totality, the total phases, if you're close to the center line of the eclipse, will be about 2 minutes to about 2 minutes and 40 seconds long.
Where can people see the upcoming solar eclipse?
Yeah, so the eclipse this year on August 21st, 2017, on Monday, August 21st, is going to cut across the continental United States, all the way from Oregon, across the United States, and it's going to exit out over South Carolina. And it's a bit rare because, first of all, it's going coast to coast across the United States. It's only visiting one country this year. Many solar eclipses cut across many countries, but this year it's just the United States, and for that reason it's getting called the Great American Eclipse. So the best place to see it is the place I think that's closest to you. If you really want the best weather prospects, there are lots of places out in the western United States where the weather prospects are better. But I think for most of us, a more important consideration is being able to get to the path of totality and getting home fairly quickly from that. And in that case, you can find on the internet maps of the path of totality. You really do want to be in the path of totality for this if you can at all possibly do it. The difference between being in the path of totality and being just outside totality, where the eclipse is even 99%, is literally the difference between night and day.
For people going to see the eclipse either in North Carolina or Charlottesville, how can they safely view the eclipse and what should they expect to see on the day of?
So what you'll see in Charlottesville or Central Virginia is different than what you'll see in the path of totality. So let's talk about Charlottesville first. And what you'll see is, as you look up just after 1:15 in the afternoon, you will see the moon beginning to encroach on the sun. And then for the next hour and a half, you will just see more and more of the moon in front of the sun until just after 2:40 in the afternoon we'll reach maximum eclipse. And that's when the sun will look like a little thin crescent in the sky. And then for the next hour and a half, the moon will gradually slide off of the sun. To safely view the eclipse that day, you're going to need a pair of safe eclipse glasses, like any safe pair of eclipse glasses are perfect for this. The thing to know about the eclipse glasses are they have a plastic polymer in them, and that absorbs all of the infrared and ultraviolet light and most of the visible light that can damage your eyes. So safe solar glasses, they're very difficult to come by right now because almost everybody is sold out. But I know that at UVA, the Society of Physics students and the Astronomy Club will be running an event on the lawn during the eclipse. So you can go to the lawn and they'll have glasses like this that you can borrow to look up at the sky. And I know that the libraries at the University of Virginia, all of the main libraries, will have glasses as well that students can use to go outside and look at the eclipse. If you're going to the path of totality, the safety precautions are the same. You'll need a safe pair of solar glasses to view the sun. When the moon completely covers the sun, then you can take the glasses off. In fact, you really have to take the glasses off, because at that point, and only at that point, will you see the corona, which is the beautiful outer atmosphere of the sun. It's this few million degree atmosphere that the sun has that stretches many times the diameter of the sun out into space. And it looks like this beautiful flower in the sky, this silvery white flower. It's got streamers. It's spectacularly beautiful. And the only chance you have in your whole life to see the corona is a total solar eclipse. And that alone is worth the trip. But during totality, you also want to take a few seconds, but no more than a few seconds, to do a couple other things. You want to look around you and see how dark it got where you are. It won't get quite as dark as night, but it will get as dark as late evening, right before darkness. You want to look around you and see the glow of a sunset 360 degrees around your horizon. Look to see, did the animals do anything unusual because they thought nighttime was coming? Did the birds go to roost? If you happen to be near a farm, did the cattle do anything interesting? Look at the people around you. What did they do? Look at the sky. You'll see a couple planets up there. You should easily see Venus and Jupiter if it's clear. You might see Mars and Mercury, depending on how clear the sky is where you are. I don't think in this eclipse it'll get dark enough that you'll see any stars, but you should look for them in any case. Quickly scan around and look for stars in the sky. It's really an amazing event to go see in totality. As soon as the sun starts to reappear, as soon as the first little glint of sunlight comes around the rim of the moon, then the glasses or the filters have to go back on so that you can safely view the remaining partial phases.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited. So even though this is my third one,
Yeah.
I think what people find is that after you've seen your first total solar eclipse, you really want to go see another one, because it's an absolute spectacle of nature. I mean, it's beautiful. I find it to be a very emotional experience, in part because of all the lead up to it. I like to point out to people that I've been a faculty member here at UVA for 17 years, and every semester that I have taught introductory astronomy for non-science majors where we talk about eclipses, I've been telling my class to get ready for 2017, and it's hard for me to believe that right now as we speak, it's a week away.